What's up, guys? Quick preview real quick. What I've got going on, what I've done and upgraded, and then a few new products that we're gonna put on here shortly. After this video, I'm gonna let you see the new upgrades to the kitchen and all that we've been doing since we've been waiting. And yes, stay tuned. We have a video off-road at Maris Adventure Park coming up next week. It's gonna be a pretty cool thing to see. That thing, pretty impressive. All right, guys, I'm back. Here's the kitchen. I'll show a little inset right in here in this area of what it actually looked like when I got it from Tidy Camper Company. Again, when I ordered it pretty much super plain so I could develop it how I wanted to develop it after I've seen all the requirements going from tent camping and car camping to having an off-road trailer with this kind of capability. As you'll see, I haven't completed it, but I'm waiting on the cabinet door that shows up here. And this is my access. It's not dressed yet because I don't have the cabinet door, but this is the access to the electrical system that attaches to these lights. This switch panel essentially gives you an understanding of what's going on with the battery system. Again, this is a 300 amp hour battery system setup. And these are just some of the switches that control some of the normal things. Obviously water pump, interior cabinet lights, exterior lights for the trailer in case you're here and you want to illuminate the entire outside. And then your regular 12 volt and then USB. Also, you can see here that I used a set of rock lights for the kitchen setup. And the reason being is anybody that's spent a long time camping knows that you can't use standard white light in the summertime. And the reason being is the bugs and mosquitoes will destroy you. So this gives you the ability to obviously change the multicolors and let it play with the music when we're just relaxing. But at the same time, it'll allow me to use a yellow light or a red light, anything that'll get the bugs to subside and stop attacking in the way they do. Now, down here on the left side, there's one of the 100 amp hour batteries, and then of course the drain and stuff for the kitchen sink that goes down, and you'll see it's routed along the tube and it just dumps out in the middle of the trailer. And then on this side is a 15-gallon onboard tank. Now that's got an emergency drain right there, but at the same time that's part of the water system. On the rack I ordered, yet we don't have, is going to be an additional 10-gallon front runner rack tank. And it'll be able to, from this side, where it's gonna be mounted up here, I'll be able to route it down here into this water inlet and refill the 15-gallon tank if we run out of that. Now, all the exterior lights that are pre-mounted from Tiny Camper are solar, and they are motion, so that's a neat thing. But the exterior night light ambers that I installed, all 4 of them are controllable by one switch inside, and I'll show you that, or outside. That way, if those motion sensors aren't bright enough with those LEDs for us to see what's going on outside, or for me to see which direction I need to send fire to, I've got over there in the corner, I installed another LED switch that controls all 4 at one time. So if we're inside sleeping and there's some kind of crazy critters that we want to get moving, basically all we have to do is flip that one switch from the inside and it illuminates all of these, plus the motion lights will be on. So it's just a security factor for animal reasons because it's coming summer, and a lot of places that we go in the mountains, the big kitty cats get to be very active, and so do the and so do the anyway, coyotes is what I was looking for. The coyotes get pretty active and want to come into camp, and we try to hide trash, but you know they smell food and stuff like that and want to move. Again, that's a 9-foot Tiny Camper made awning for this side, and our shower tent actually sets just right underneath it. And so right where you're looking here would be a shower tent, and so we can shower and we can use the restroom in the shower tent, local to the water. And then that right there is an Overland Vehicle Systems 270 degree awning that covers the galley area. So that being said, those are the updates, and those are something that I did last time, and just wanted to give you guys a quick glance at how it works. But anyway, back to the lights. The lighting system works from the inside, and also I have a switch in here to control them as well. Now, I have them off right now, but you can look up in there and see there's LED light strips in each one of the cabinets, and they're both motion activated. So when you open this, they turn on, and then as soon as you close it down and there's no more motion, they go off. That way, we're not just sitting here flipping on and on a switch every time we need to use them. And I've got them set pretty non-sensitive, so it takes quite a bit of movement to reach up in there and get them to actually come on. So they don't just come on for nothing when you're walking by the front of the cabinets. Backsplash is standard. This is something I got from Home Depot. It's just the paneling, and I just cut it to fit. And then, of course, you know, just silicone sealed it and then finished it with this edge aluminum trim. Now, this is the powerhouse of the trailer. This right here controls my incoming solar, my incoming purchase power, and the battery system all at once. And it has a built-in 1800 watt sine inverter. And then you'll see these additional, this is just a 12 volt plug that I've got this in, but this is an additional USB ports for phones and etc., camera gear, camera batteries, drones, and there's two more here. But what it does is this is a plug coming from here, and it goes into this plug. This plug is wired all the way across the trailer and then is running off purchase power. And purchase power is what most people call shore power. We're not in the marine industry. We are on land. And on land, we call it purchase power, meaning it's the power you purchase from somebody providing it, AKA XL or a power company. So that comes in here to this, we'll call it again, shore power or purchase power plug, up and over and into this. And then I plug it from here to here. That way, if I'm using shore power, it's constantly powering the system, and at the same time, it's charging the system. Now, the solar is plugged in through here. It is running at all times as well. So if I'm plugged in both ways, it's charging it both ways. I'm trying to maximize as much recharge time as I can. So again, that's the brain center. And basically, it was a setup I found on Amazon. And what I did is I just looked for the parameters that I needed and used it to power batteries that I got and just installed them in the trailer. And then I just basically deconstructed it. And behind here, I rebuilt it on these walls inside this, behind this panel, is where all the brains to that system are. Now, I do have the other two 100 watt or amp batteries in these two battery boxes. And I'm using 0 gauge wire to run them from here back to the chained battery there that ties into the system for charging purposes via solar or purchase power. That's the AC box right here. If you want to see it, I'll show it to you. That's the AC hard mounted to the trailer with a standalone power supply that comes to it, and you plug that into shore power or your generator system. I built the 300 amp hour system for that reason alone. So what I wanted to be able to do is in harsh conditions, really hot conditions, I wanted to be able to run the AC at a low level, because we do have a 2-year-old and she does go with us at times. And so in here, even though this is really well insulated, hot temperatures outside, we need to be mitigated. And so that's the full AC unit there. And it does cool in here. I installed a separate oscillating fan and a separate small heater. Again, this trailer is incredibly well insulated, but I wanted to be able to cool it if the missus and the baby were with me, if it was a really, really harsh warm day. And believe it or not, with that 300 amp hour system and that unit right there, running in cool mode on AC with the actual pump running, will cool this trailer in a matter of minutes, but the draw is minimal for what you thought it would be. And that's all help of these solar panels. And there's 3 of them. They're all 100 watt apiece. So there's 300 watt solar panels coming into the system to help charge when we're out camping. One thing I will say is that remember when you're doing that to remember that you don't always want to be parked in the sun. So because of that, you're trying to mitigate temperatures by using shade. Well, if you're using shade and my solar panels are there, well, guess what? You have no incoming solar. So I try to put the trailer in a position where it's going to get the majority of the sun most of the day. But at the same time, there's so much battery power built into this that it allows me to park in the shade most of the day, and we move pretty much every day. So in the daytime while we're driving, we're getting an incredible amount of charge going back into the battery system while we drive. And most days in transition from camp to camp and day to day are probably anywhere from 4 to 6 hour time range. So with 3 panels at 100 watts apiece, we've got generally 4 to 6 hours of drive time for them to charge. And then along with once we get on trail, that time getting to where the campsite is and getting set up before it actually goes in a shaded environment. So anyway, that's where we're at with the trailer. Again, you guys really gotta consider these guys and reach out to them and just communicate with Joe and Maria about your needs and wants and go from there, because after having this, I couldn't imagine of wanting to do something different, and I'm super, super happy with it. And just the test runs, we've kind of pulled it around and gone through every horrible thing, bouncing across curbs and everything else we could do. You just can't rattle the thing. The timbered suspension is fantastic. The tires that it comes with is fantastic. You lower the pressure on them, and it really walks and crawls anywhere the big Jeep goes. So again, I would really like you guys to consider these guys, in your decisions for the need of a trailer. Also, we got with them and we do hats, cups, bibs, shirts, long sleeves, tank tops, whatever. So please do me a favor, support us by reaching out and getting some of that swag. There's 3 other designs, and I really think that you guys will appreciate kind of what I did with them. And again, you can see this is Titus himself, but help me out and stay tuned, because there will be more about this trailer. And I assure you, when you see the video on this trailer, you're going to be impressed. But I'm not going to preview the Jeep and me. I'm going to drone attach that to this trailer and you'll be able to watch physically what this trailer does on the trail versus the Jeep and me. So stay tuned for those videos. They're coming up real soon. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.